Good afternoon, my name is Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we are at property address 1903 Maple Drive here in Newberg, Oregon. We're located underneath the, inside the house there's a staircase, and at the base of the staircase there's an access for underneath it. And underneath there is a 3-inch cast iron cleanout. This will be the point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. And we'll zero the camera at the bottom of the cleanout so we have an accurate length of the pipe, and I'll refer to that spot as the point of access. Here we go. It looks like here at 5 feet from the point of access it transitions over to ABS pipe. I'm going to say it's 3 inches because I can't see the entire pipe beat up with itself. Okay, here at 63 feet out, we've reached the main lateral. I'm going to have to reel the camera back and rerun it. There's just so many dang cobwebs in the line there that my camera is totally covered up by them. So I've got to get those cleaned off so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, the line's now drained out. I'm going to go ahead and start reeling back. Okay, here at 50 feet, we do have some root intrusion through the joint. They're growing down the sewer line there about 4 feet or so. Right now they're not impeding flow at all. They're growing down the sidewalls, but the joints are now compromised because the roots have gotten through. So you're in the risk of water being able to seep out, as well as the roots progressing to the point where they do start blocking the sewer line and become an issue. They'll either block the line or grab so much debris that it builds up a blockage right here. So I'm going to locate and mark this with a green X. I do recommend repairing them. You can trim them out of the way, and that's a temporary fix. which is why I like to recommend repairing them so it's not an issue, an ongoing issue. Okay, I did locate marked right here. It's about 1.5 feet out into the street on Maple Drive. So I would recommend contacting the city, as I do believe Newberg takes care of street repairs, and have them, if they may want to trim it out, it's kind of up to them at that point. They may trim it instead of repair it, but it's at least out in the street where it's their responsibility. And it is marked with a green X. It's at 4 feet deep, pretty shallow. I'm going to keep going back. Okay, we've got root intrusion from 50 feet all the way back to about 5 feet beyond to the rear of the camera where it's at right now. So I'm going to map out a little section of the pipe here to repair. It's not just that one single root. There is also a tie-in here that we couldn't see while the water was running. It's a full size tie-in. It doesn't look like a rain drain, so we will contact the neighbor to see if they can do a flush and confirm whether or not this is a party line situation. I'm also going to do another marking right here, and then I'll come back around the corner and get the beginning of the root intrusion marked. It does appear to start pretty much right at the, or just after the ABS transition. Okay, I've marked here. We're back on property. I'm not sure if we're in this property or the property just to the right of the home. If you're looking at the face of the house from the street, it's the home to the right that I do believe there's possibly a party connection with. Right here we're about 3 feet. I just drawn a green line at this point showing the direction it runs. And I'll do another marking here to show the turn. But we are trying to make contact with the neighbor right now to see if they can do a toilet flush and see anything come past. Apologize for the long wait. I'm waiting for someone next door to talk to the neighbor, so it could be a minute or so. I do believe I just heard a flush. I'm hearing echoes of water going through the clean out here, so I'm thinking they may have just flushed a toilet. I'm not totally sure yet. We'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll keep reeling back. Well, I haven't seen any water come through here yet. The contact was made quite a while ago now. So if there was a flush, I think we would have seen it by now, unless they've got a serious issue going on with their pipe that wouldn't allow the water to get to this point. But in that case, so I would try and contact the city to see what this tie-in may be. I guess it could be for storm. It's hard to say. But I'm going to do another marking right here, and I think this joint needs to be adjusted a little bit too. It's offset by a little, and it's causing some standing water right here just before the joint because they don't meet up all that flush. So I would recommend also correcting that joint there. And I'll mark right here with a green T, as this is the transition point. But this is where I'm recommending the repair start. It's marked with a green X in the street, and then again, at the beginning is a T, and then there'll be some lines in between showing the direction it's going. Okay, the section of pipe I'm recommending be repaired is now mapped out, marked with a green T here, and then at 45, then goes out into the street a little ways, but it extends from 43 feet to 50 feet. It's about a 7-foot section of pipe. And the repair ranges from about 3 feet in depth to 4 feet, so it's relatively shallow. I would, the city may have record just to find out what this tie-in is possibly about. It could be just an old rain drain tie-in, and then I do recommend kind of making sure the repair guys get this joint matched up nice and flush so we don't have that standing water there because of that joint's shifted, it looks like. The ABS section here, I do believe, is all in good shape and working order. Appears to be draining out and is very clean. About half the repair, something like that. I don't know where the right-of-way starts exactly here, but part of it will be a city responsibility. And that root intrusion, I guess part of it would probably be homeowner. The repair for the roots is at the front right corner of the property, just before the sidewalk. Okay, here at 12 feet, this is the end of a belly in the line. The water dissipates here. Starts at 6 feet, right at the transition from from cast iron to ABS. I am going to recommend a spot repair there as well to correct the sloping grade. There's about 3/4 of an inch or so of standing water, and you can see there's debris in the water. So these bellies, they start catching all the debris that comes through, and they start building up debris in the pipe, which shrinks the diameter, but also it allows other debris to start packing up on everything else, and you get a much higher potential for a blockage in a situation like this. Okay, right here we're just about 5 feet or so in front of the front stairs and deck area. I've marked it with a green X in the bark dust, 4 feet 5 inches deep here. And I'm going to reel back here to the beginning of the belly, and I'll mark that with a green X as well. Looks like it's right at the transition point here, or just beyond it. Okay, I do have the belly mapped out just in front of the stairs. The depth I'm getting here is a little bit deeper than the other stuff. I'm getting about right around 6 feet. It is on kind of a sloping section of the bark dust. There's a hill right there, and it may have something to do with the depth being so different. So just use some caution when digging there. You can start at 12 feet and kind of work your way back. But I do recommend spot repair there from 6 feet to 12 feet to correct the grade, as well as the root intrusion.